Welcome to the Mindset, Magic, and Manifestation podcast hosted by me, Michaela J. Get ready to dive into an action-packed, bougie-based, and spiritually guided experience on all things manifesting your next level Lux life. Let's go. Hi, gorgeous. Welcome back to the Mindset, Magic, and Manifestation podcast with your girl. It is I, the Michaela J, here to teach you how to manifest your next level Lux life. Happy Wednesday. I am so excited for this episode. We are talking all about main character energy and specifically getting paid like the fucking main character of a movie. Okay. I want you tapping into like your actress money era where you do one thing and make like $1 million. Okay. That is the vibe. And I'm going to be sharing with you some things that I'm doing right now to tap into my main character energy. But before we dive in, you need to know about this. I have a brand new free live masterclass. I have not done a full-on free live masterclass in quite a while. I'm so excited for this. It is called Irresistible, Becoming the Woman They Can't Ignore. This masterclass is specifically for you if you are a business owner, a service provider, you want to be a content creator, you want to be a podcaster, and right now you feel like you're doing all the things that you should be doing, quote unquote, should be doing, right? You're doing the things and you're showing up consistently and you're providing value, but it's just not popping off for some reason, whether that's not the right amount of signups in your programs, you feel like a certain service isn't selling out, the downloads, the views aren't there, you feel like people aren't paying attention and you are like literally a gift from the universe that everybody should want everything you have to offer. Irresistible is about tapping into that energy. It is going to be one of my juiciest masterclasses yet. I am so excited. This is going down May 8th to kick off your May with the right energy, and it is completely free to sign up for now. Afterwards, the replay will be sold. So make sure you get your booty in for free. The link is going to be in the show notes. Okay. So let's talk about how to start getting paid like a main character. This is all an energetics situation. When you see a main character in a movie, typically she is taking control over her life. If it's like one of those cheesy movies about a girl in high school who's like having a glow up or going after the boy, or she wants to be prom queen, or, you know, whatever. It's like she's going on this journey and she's taking control over her life. She's like, senior year is our year, let's get it. Or she's going to college and she's like, I'm going to make college my empire, my playground. Or even when you see like young women get their like first corporate job in movies, they're like, I am going to take this office by storm. Like they're always taking their life into their own hands. Like I think about Gossip Girl and Blair Waldorf, the whole series of Gossip Girl. She's like, I am ruling the school. I am going to rule this college. I am going to rule Monaco. I am going to rule all of the things. I'm going to be the best one in this office. I'm going to be the most stylish. I'm going to be in charge. I'm going to have the best birthday party. Like she's taking control of things. So when you want to start getting paid like a main character, you need to start acting like a main character. Are you taking charge of things? Are you taking control over your life? You know, last week, a lot of you resonated with that episode of kind of the process I see people go through, more of the pattern I see people go through with personal development, where they like take charge of their life and they're like, yes, and then things work and then they get stagnant and then life punches you in the face, right? And we don't take charge again. That's what kicked off your journey, was taking charge. That's what kicks off your main character energy, is taking charge of your life. So number one, I need you to reevaluate, where am I taking charge of my life? Like, what am I actually controlling? And I asked myself this question, and actually specifically thinking about your vision board too. Like, what are you seeing on your vision board that you're not actually taking action on, that you're not actually taking some control over? So for example, that could be you going on a trip and there's like an airplane on, or like a first class seat on your vision board, but you have not planned a single trip this year. By the way, my August retreat is out. You need to sign up. We're going to motherfucking Europe. Okay. Message me on Instagram, the word retreat, and I'll send you the details. There's only a few spots left. Anyways, so are you taking control? Are you planning a trip? Are you booking flights? Are you doing the research? Okay. I looked at my vision board and I saw such a vibe, such a wellness vibe is really what my vision board looks like this year.
And I asked myself, like, am I actually creating this? Like, am I taking control over this life that I want to be living this year? And remember, at the beginning of January, I did an episode about different types of vision boards. And one of them that I made for this year is a 2025 camera roll. And I'm not kidding. I look through that every single day. And I asked myself, am I actually taking control? Like, am I actually taking charge and putting myself in environments where I would take photos like this? Am I getting myself ready where I would be taking photos like that? Like, am I going to the gym consistent where I am taking these like gym photos or like me making a smoothie or whatever? And I really realized like you could be taking more control over your life, Michaela. And so I did. And I want to give you one of the hacks that I've been using lately that has made my life infinitely more fun and so much more of a main character vibe. It changed everything and it is so simple. Okay. So I have it in the notes section of my phone. I literally wrote down one question. What would be the perfect Texas week in my life? And I basically just made a bullet point list of like what would make up the perfect week. So it wasn't like Monday I do this, Tuesday I do that, at 6 p.m. I do that. It was just like a list of, oh my gosh, the perfect week. I would be sitting on Sunday thinking about the last week, like, oh my gosh, I did this and I did that and I did this and these were all the activities. That's the kind of list that I made. So I'm literally going to read you the list, the very first one I ever made. Crushing my workouts, a nature walk, a picnic, taking my dogs for a walk, take cute pictures, a bath, overdressing, work at a luxury hotel, go to a sound bath class, sauna, go on a little matcha date with myself, go on a date night with my husband, cook a new meal, get a blowout at Dry Bar, get a facial, crush it at work, go to dance, and get pedicures. And I'm not kidding you. Like, I did every single one of those things last week. Okay. I literally just came up with this concept last week. And I was like, okay, I could be taking more control over this area of my life, or I could be taking more control over how my life is looking. I realized that looking at my vision board, like I said, this would make me feel like the main character. Well, let me do that. So I wrote this list out on a Saturday night. Okay. I was like up late, couldn't sleep, made this list. And then I literally created my entire schedule for the next week and fit these in each day. I'm not kidding. I did all of those last week and I had so much fun. I was actually just catching up with Caleb. We went to the gym this morning and he was like, how was your week last week? Because we didn't get to talk very much. We were both super busy. And I was like, oh my gosh, me and Austin went and got pedicures and we went to this happy hour. We had a date night. We took the dogs for a walk. I got a facial with my girl. Like we went and Austin had his first pedicure ever and it was so fun. And like I took a bath this night and I went to this sound bath class and I went to this breath. Like I was just like, I did this and this and this and that. And oh, I also did this. And it just made me feel like, oh my God, like this is such a main character moment. Like I should have been like filming the entire week. Like how fun is that? And this is such an easy way to take control over your life. Like take that control back into your hands. Put yourself back in that main character energy. It literally takes like 1 second of accountability to like get it all together. Like I had so much fun putting together that list. And then I started to look at where I could do all of those things. So then you put it together, your list, you open up your calendar, you put everything in, see where things will fit. I'll look at certain days, like, okay, I have more time during this day. So let me go do a nature walk and I'll take a call during that time. Or, okay, this night's free. Let me see if my dance studio has dance classes that night. Or, oh, this morning's free. Let me see if I can go sauna. Like, you know what I mean? And then you just put it together. And one of my favorite things with this list, whether it's like the sauna, the sound bath, going to dance, getting a facial, is I do all of it through ClassPass. And this isn't sponsored, but I have a link in the show notes for you where you can get 20 bonus credits on ClassPass, because I literally made that list and then opened my ClassPass app and just started searching all of the things that I had written down pretty much. And whatever was available for the amount of credits that I had, I just booked it all in. So it was so fucking easy. If you don't have ClassPass, it's the biggest life hack ever. I actually just made my husband download it because I really want us to do like a contrast therapy date where we do sauna and cold plunge back and forth. And in Austin, they have a couple of lounges where you can do that and then hang out. They have like hammocks, swings, smoothie bars, and you can use ClassPass to like book that up. So amazing. And tomorrow, actually, I'm getting a massage, which I book through ClassPass. So you guys need to get in if you're not on there already. But number one, a main character takes charge of her life. Okay. Are you taking charge of your life? Are you taking control? Use the hack that I gave you, this list. What would be the perfect week in my life? What would be like the perfect week of my life at home? Because a lot of times when I think about What would be like the most dreamy next level week in my life? I think about travel because I'm such a travel girly. You know, I'm like, I'm flying Emirates first class or like Singapore Air in a huge suite and I'm flying, you know, whatever. I think about all of that. But like at home in a normal day to day, in a normal week where you're just at home and you don't have a party, you don't have something going on, you've just got a normal ass week. What would make it the perfect week? Because a lot of the movies that are out, especially like the like rom-coms or like high school, college, early, you know, adulthood movies, like they're just showing regular schmegular shit. And the main character is just doing fun things with their life. The second thing I want to talk to you about is if you want to start getting paid like a main character, you've got to start looking like a main character. All right. Let me hold your hand. Let me hold your hand. I need you to get ready every day. Okay. No more slacking off. No more excuses, no more being lazy, no more wearing the same fucking sweatpants. Like, come on, we gotta pick up a hair tool and get some heat protected. Like, let's get ready for the day. Put on the jewelry. I know you've got a jewelry box full of tangled fucking necklaces. Like, we gotta start getting ready. Okay, if you want to get paid like a main character, you need to look like a main character, okay? They usually have a glow up in a movie. They look great. They wake up with their makeup perfect, of course, because it's a movie. But like, you've got to get yourself in that energy. This is something that totally changes the game for me. Every time I like remind myself of this, if I notice like, oh, I'm going to the gym in the morning and I stay in my gym clothes for a while, I don't feel like a main character and then I don't want to film and blah, 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 right? Or I don't want to get on live video. Whereas like if I was already and I had a free hour, I might hop on a live video. So if you want to put yourself in the space and in the energy where opportunities are flowing to you, where you're living this main character lifestyle, you need to be ready for it. You need to get prepared, be physically ready. Like imagine if you're going through your day, you're having a great day, you're all ready to go. And then your friend or a coworker is like, hey, let's go here for this happy hour. There's going to be a DJ. There's going to be a cold plunge. There's going to be, you know, whatever the fuck. And you're like, yeah, let's do it. Versus a day that you're like still in athletic clothes. Your hair is greasy. You don't feel very cute. Your fucking closet's a mess. You're like, oh, the idea of picking out an outfit's stressful. Like, you're not going to take that same opportunity. And that's why you don't feel like you're living this main character lifestyle. That's also why you are not tapping into main character money, because main characters are ready to go. They're looking hot. They're looking ready. They feel good. They're open for opportunities. And the more opportunities you're taking, the more you are putting yourself out there, the more open you are to actually receiving. Literally 10 times out of 10, when I am ready, when I love my outfit, my hair is done, makeup's done, I feel good, I've got bougie perfume on, I've got my jewelry on. Like when somebody asks me for plans, I'm going to go. I'm like, hell yeah. You know what? I do have 2 free hours, or yeah, I will go to that event with you, or yeah, let's do this. Or even if nobody else is, let me hop on live. Let me record this reel. Let me do this. And you just create more opportunities for yourself because you genuinely feel better and you feel ready. And with that, do not be afraid to redecide that you want a new main character wardrobe, okay? This is something that I actually posted on my Instagram stories. So if you're not following me on Instagram, I don't know what you're doing. If you're not watching my stories every day, I literally don't know what you're doing. I'm at the Michaela J on Instagram. But I talked about this last week on Instagram of like, I just feel like I wasn't resonating with any of my clothes in my closet. Like, I just feel like I am evolving so much. I'm a completely different person than the last time I did like a big shopping haul. And I was like, I'm purging my entire closet. Like I'm getting rid of stuff. I'm donating things. I'm giving things to friends. Like I am redeciding what my new style is. And it's okay to decide that you want a new main character wardrobe. Like one of my clients commented on it. She's like, thank you for this. Because people always tell me like, don't get rid of everything. But she's like, but I feel like I've outgrown everything in my closet. And I'm like, yeah, girl, fuck them. Fuck what the other people tell you. If you are ready for a new wardrobe and you are claiming a new version of yourself, you're saying, I'm the main fucking character. I'm taking control over my life. I'm taking control over how I look. I'm taking control about how I feel about myself. And I'm going to go get new clothes to do that. Great. But don't be afraid to make changes. Just because fucking Sally Sue over here tells you that you shouldn't do that and you should keep everything that you have and like rework it and whatever. And like, you probably have good basics in your wardrobe. Like if that basic tee has got a bad memory or old energy attached, or just reminds you of a certain phase of your life that you don't want to associate with, take it to fucking Goodwill. Like, I'm giving you that permission that you don't need from me, but I'm going to give it to you anyways. Of like, get rid of the shit that doesn't resonate with you anymore. Clear out that energy. It does make a difference. And I feel like with that, like another main character mindset shift is that you get to redecide who you are over and over and over again. I'm currently in this huge phase of growth right now where I just feel like I am this all new version of myself. I feel totally unlocked. I feel totally unleashed. I feel totally unhinged in the best way. Like I'm just being this new version of myself, and I don't let what anybody says or thinks or like believes about me mean more than what I decide the meaning is. Like I decide who I am. I decide how things go. I decide this is how I want to look, and this is how I want to talk, and this is how I want to feel, and this is how I want to dress. This is what I want my life to look like. That is totally up to you. One thing I want you to get really good at is not letting anybody else dictate your life. Main characters take control over their lives. You dictate your own reality. Not your mom, not your dad, not your siblings, not your grandma, not your coworkers, not your boss, like nobody, not your clients. Nobody dictates your life. You do. And a lot of people are afraid to step into their main character energy and step into this and step fully into a new version of themselves because everybody around them tells them to be the same. Or, oh, you've never dressed like that before. Oh, you've never, you always talked about it this way. You didn't look at things that way. Like, yeah, that was the old version of me. Get on board, bitch. Like we are in a new car. I am a new human. Let's go. That is main character energy. I'm carving a new path. I'm going to be a new human. Get on board or don't. And allow yourself to have those types of boundaries. The main character takes control. And if you want to make main character money, you've got to act like it. You can't act like a side character just following around the main character. Or being like, okay, they say they want to go on a side quest and their parents are like, no, you're grounded. They're just like, okay. Versus the main character is jumping out of her fucking window. She's changing into a dress in the car and she's going to the party. Okay. So I don't mean like doing things illegal or like going around people's backs, but you've got to step up to the plate like the main character and stop beating around the bush like a side piece. Another way I want you to think about getting paid like a main character is that a main character has got the main storyline and a lot of side quests, okay? She's got her main storyline and all of these different side quests, okay? Think about this financially. You might have your main job or your main business and then a bunch of side quests in terms of your money, whether that's investment or Airbnb, or you resell clothes online, you sell things at Facebook Market, or maybe you have a business and you've got 7 different offers and there's one that sells the best, and then here are the other offers you've got going on, right? So it's like you need to be in this main character mindset when it comes to your money, your career, and your business as well, is really diversifying where you can be getting paid. Okay. The main character gets paid a lot because she's in so many storylines of a movie. She's the main storyline, but there's also her storyline in terms of her friends and in terms of her family. Like she's got all of these other little roles that she's got going on. And that's what makes her highly paid, is because this actress who's playing this role has to remember all of these scripts and all of these characters and all of these energies. Same thing for you getting paid. Like my main thing might be one of my programs, but I'm also getting paid through the podcast. I also get paid through retreats. I also get paid through one-on-one coaching, like, all of the things. You got to lock into this main character mindset when it comes to money manifesting, where you've got your main thing and you've got all of these side quests. Because the reason why you might not be making a ton of money right now is because you're just focused on like one storyline and a lot of side quests. I tell my business clients this a lot. Like for a long time, I used to have this sticky note on my computer. I remember this so well. It was a pink sticky note and it was on the left side of my iMac desktop computer for a long, long time. And it said, my only job every day is to tell the people how to pay me. My only job every day is to tell the people how to pay me, like where they can buy things, what they can invest in, because that is them choosing themselves. They're choosing to up level. They're choosing to believe in themselves. And I need to tell them where to go and what there is to offer and what I've got going on. And then obviously you serve them. But that was my sticky note. And it's like, okay, great. I have to tell the people where to pay me every single day. Great. And then I have all of these different offers that they can funnel into. And if you're in business or you're a service provider and you're like, well, Michaela, I only have this main thing. I don't know what my quote unquote side quest would be. then I would challenge you to take a look at what you value about yourself. Because if you've only got one main thing going on, you feel like you've got like this one thing to offer, you don't know what else to offer the world, then I would tell you, you need to increase your self-value. For me, I look at myself as like, I have infinite amounts of things to say. I have so many ways I can help people. Everything I say is valuable. I feel like I should record every single conversation I have all of the time. Like I put such a high value on myself because I feel like the main character. I feel like one of one. I feel like one in a million, not even one in a million, like one in a quadrillion. Like I am totally one for one. And because of that, I have so much that I can bring to the table. This is why the main character gets paid the most. They've got the most that they're bringing to the table in a movie. So if you feel like I only have this one thing that I can talk about, well, then I need to challenge you to increase your self-value. And these different tips and tactics that I'm sharing with you are ways to do that. Taking control over your life. When you realize you can take control over your life becomes more interesting. And when your life's more interesting, you have more fun living it, and then you feel better about yourself, and then you look at yourself differently and you value yourself differently. When you have the perfect week in your life, you value your time more because you're like, oh my gosh, there's all of these things I could be spending my time on, or self-care and taking care of myself. And that increases your value, right? Like dressing better, it makes you change the way you look at yourself. It makes you change how you value yourself. So if you feel like I've only got my main thing, then I'd say you need to increase your self-worth, your self-value. Because when your self-value increases, your income increases. Because a lot of times you end up raising your prices, you have more offers, there's more things that people can pour into. Your favorite people will buy all of the things, and you will be the main character with her main thing, her main storyline, and then all of her side quests, and that keeps you more interesting. It opens you up to more opportunities to receive, and it keeps you more interesting, and it keeps people wanting to refresh, wanting to check in. What's she got going on? What's she up to today? It keeps people on their toes. What outfit is she wearing today? Can't wait to see how she styled her hair today. Like people might not consciously think that, but subconsciously, these are the little minuscule details that they are looking into. And when you become their entertainer, their inspiration, their motivator, it makes people want to watch more. And when you have people's attention, you make more money. So I really want you to notice that all of these shifts for you to start getting paid like a main character has everything to do with your energy and how you are taking control over your own life, okay? Taking more responsibility and more accountability for living the life of your dreams and living the life that you actually want to be living. Look at your vision board. Where are you not creating that? Where are you waiting for a manifestation to just knock on your front door and fall into your lap? Like that's not how it works. You decide and design your vision board and your dream life. And then it's your job to go and create that. So where do you need to step into that? The main character in the movie is always choosing her own path. Blair Waldorf is not waiting for somebody to give her something. She's out there taking it for her own. Maybe not always in the best ways if you've watched the show, but she is going after what she wants. She takes control. She's not willing to stomp on people. And I'm not saying that's the method, but like she is so empowered in knowing that she can have and do anything that she wants. She goes after it. You need to have that same tenacity for yourself. And a lot of times we don't, because we don't see ourselves as valuable. Our self-value, our self-worth isn't very high, which is why things like creating your dream week at home and just maximizing the life you have right now can make you feel better. Getting dressed, getting ready every day, not feeling like a fucking sack of potatoes in your pajamas will make you feel better. Deciding if you want a new wardrobe, if you want a new personality, if you want a new job, a new business, and like fully claiming that, okay? That ups your self-value. And when you increase your self-value, your income is going to increase because you see how many more ways you can truly add on to people's lives, solve problems for people, show up for people in certain ways that they can't help but look, and I'm going to be talking about this more in depth in the Irresistible Masterclass, our free masterclass. Make sure you sign up, shameless plug, because you want to be tapped into this main character energy where people can't look away. Have you ever watched a movie where you just feel so disengaged because like the main character is like super boring? Yeah, we don't want that. Those movies don't perform well, and those actors and actresses don't make as much money. And the whole point is not to put on a show for anybody else or just for the sake of money. The whole point is to live a life that you are so obsessed with, that you see yourself as so valuable, so interesting. You're so open to receiving opportunities because you're always ready for them, and you're in that energy, and you're just this new version of you who's like hungry for life. Like you truly feel like you're living in a movie. And because you are living in a #1 chart topping movie, you will make more money. Okay. I cannot wait to hear what you took away from this episode. Make sure you take a screenshot, share over on your stories on Instagram, tag me at the Michaela J. And if you're like, MJ, love you, but I don't really share podcasts over on Instagram, that's totally fine. Just make sure you leave me a 5-star review. Okay. Thanks. Love you. All right. Go be a fucking main character. Go take some control over your life. Go put on a bad bitch outfit. Go wear heels to the grocery store. Don't wear your workout set all day, every day. Don't hold on to that old t-shirt from your ex-boyfriend because you think you need it to be sustainable. Okay. Get rid of the shit that's got old energy. Get rid of the parts of you that's old energy, that's side character, side piece energy, and step into your main character mentality. All right. I will talk to you on Monday. You're welcome, and have the best weekend. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to leave a 5-star rate and review. I love hearing your takeaways and wins from the podcast in the review section, so don't forget. Love you so much. Talk to you soon. Bye.